Hey there viewers, so my name is Mystic Alex and you're watching Team Thunder Drama. So I'm really sorry I've been kind of away from the channel a little bit. I'm moving out soon, so dual videos are coming out soon, all sorts of different decks, and other deck profiles. I'll be making Evil Eye soon, so look out for that profile as well. And I've been wanting to make this deck for about over a year, nearly 2 years. I just never got around to doing it, I don't know why. But now I'm moving out, I was like, I'm going to make another deck before I start moving out and I have to budget my money. I was like, so I'm just going to make Relinquished, been wanting to make this for so long, I'm just going to do it, and here you are. This deck is so much fun. It can be really powerful and hard to get over sometimes, especially if you've got tons of stuff equipped, and yeah, just being able to stop monster effects, being able to kaiju, have a hand trap that takes your opponent's monsters, having a walk-in Call by the Grave in Millennium Eyes is just nuts. So this deck is really fun, a little bit inconsistent sometimes, but I have tried my absolute best to get rid of the inconsistency, and I've really ever bricked. So let's get into the deck. I'm going to do really basic breakdowns, of course. I don't want to drag on too long. So basically what Relinquished does, target and affect monster your opponent controls, and what you do is you equip it to Relinquished. It gains the attack and defense equal to the monster. And then also, if you were to take any battle damage, your opponent would take it as well. And also, if it has a monster equipped, it can once per turn, it can't be destroyed by battle. So if you have a monster equipped and you would be destroyed by battle, you destroy the equipped card instead, which is really cool. So nice little protection. It's a shame it's not card effects as well, unfortunately, but it is a bit of an older card. So this is your hand trap for the deck. So what this card does is you discard it, take control. Basically you equip this, you equip a monster your opponent controls to Relinquish or like Millennium Eyes, and you do it using their effects. So if you were to do Illusionist, it would equip it as if it were equipped by the Millennium Eyes effect. So you get the effects off. You get their own like effects off, if you know what I mean, instead of just purely equipping. And if this card is in the graveyard and a Relinquished or a Millennium Eyes is summoned, you can add it to the hand, and that's not optional either, by the way, just to let you know that. So you got your 3 Manju and also Armageddon Knight. So Manju is going to search either Relinquished or the Ritual spell, and Armageddon Knight pushes the hand trap to the grave so you can use it. So you've got like a little bit fast access to the hand trap, which is really cool. Then we've got your Predaplant engine, well not really engine, but just some cards. So you've got Offer Scorpio. If you don't know this, basically Offer Scorpio, you discard a monster, special summon any plant, so you summon Cobra, and then Cobra will add any fusion card. So you can do instant fusion or you can do Relinquish fusion, because Relinquish has its own fusion spell which you can search. So yeah, you kind of do that, it's pretty cool. And you've got 2 monsters on the field to go and Witch, which is awesome. Now for your Kaiju engine. So I got 3 Radiant because he's an allure target. So that's kind of my engine. I could have probably had other cards, but I thought this was pretty solid. Most have different attacks, and like I said, you got 3 darks for the allure target, and these cards are great because what you do is you kaiju your opponent's monster, use Relinquished to take control of the opponent's kaiju, which is really cool. So you literally just kaiju them and then just take control of the kaiju yourself and clear their board, which is pretty cool. Now I don't have a huge engine, only like literally 4 cards. I suppose if I had like Nessie or some of the more expensive ones, I'd probably run those. But I've got 2 Bigfoot, 2 Mothman. Bigfoot's good because it pops a face-up card, and Mothman is really good because you get to draw and then discard. Mainly because you want to see like. You want to have as much advantage as you can card-wise. So if you get the chance to draw Relinquish Fusion and discard something else to see Relinquish Fusion, then I want to max out on that chance. So you've got your 3 Relinquish Fusion and also 3 Ritual. So Black Illusion Ritual, Ritual summons Relinquished. not much there. Right, so Relinquished Fusion is insane. This is what I more go into than I do actually Relinquish itself. So basically you can fusion summon using your... So you fusion summon one Eyes Restrict monster from your extra deck by banishing materials from your hand, field and or graveyard. So if you have like Relinquish and a monster in the graveyard, just activate this, and you can also fusion summon using cards in the graveyard, which is phenomenal. If it was just hand and or field, it would have been really lacking, and it would not have been as good or as sought after, I think. So, and its other effect is you can banish it itself from the graveyard, and you basically get to equip a monster your opponent controls to Relinquish or Millenniumize, which is phenomenal. So, free instant fusion. It's to get. So what you can do at the start of a turn, you can either get Millenniumize Restrict out, which you can stop any hand traps, which I'll tell you about in a second, or you can just get Thousand Eyes to take a monster instantly from your opponent. So yeah, and also searchable by the Predator Plant as well. Free pre-prep, such as Relinquished and also the Ritual Spell, which is pretty cool. Free Allure, you are running a lot of Darks, so Allure is really good. And 2 Slumber as well, just to clear your opponent's board. Right, now let's get on to extra deck. Millennium Eyes Restrict. This card is nuts, people, nuts. So just to let you know, it's just Relinquish and then any effect monster, which is pretty cool, so it's not limited when you use a fusion spell. So basically, when your opponent activates a monster effect, this could be in hand, graveyard, or field, or anywhere, then quick effect, you can target one effect, or target one, target one effect monster your opponent controls or in the graveyard, take control of it, and any monsters that's equipped to Millenniumize, its effects are negated and it cannot attack. So if your opponent activates Ash Blossom, you activate this effect, take the Ash Blossom, because it has to discard itself, and equip it to Millenniumize, and basically they can no longer use Ash Blossoms anymore, and the initial Ash Blossom effect is negated. I used this against ABC, and they tried to tribute the ABC, the ABC Dragon Buster, and I took it from the graveyard and equipped it to Millenniumize, and its effect can go off to special summon the A, B, and C, and it's just really funny. Like I said, it's just a cool bar and legs, so it negates hand traps, and it's just an absolute phenomenal card. It's a shame it's so expensive. It's like a £20+ card, which is really sad. So your Thousand Eyes, this basically does the same as Relinquish, just takes a monster, but it's got something else though. Other monsters on the field cannot change their battle positions or attack, but that does not matter because it will purely be only instant fusion. But literally will just take a monster and then use it to go into Link Rebo. If you ever get, you do have some level 4s, so if you get some level 4s on board, then you got Tornado or Castell just available, at least anyway. Not that you will ever use them, but it's always good to have a ball load in. Wee Witch is pretty good, I might add 2 in potentially. Predator Plants, and you've got lots of Darks in the deck. Proxy Dragon, because you never know, you just never know when you might need it. Your 2 Link Rebos, your Relinquished, Millenniumize, Thousand Eyes, even your Hand Trap, all level 1s, so you can go into Link Rebo. And the 1 Nightmare Mermaid, I use Mermaid purely for the Ibly, because that's starting to see some more play a little bit, especially with like Orcus and stuff. So yeah, this is my deck. I think it's mostly consistent. You do have the older hands and bits, but overall this deck is a lot of fun. It's done quite a lot of damage so far, and has become a little bit of a threat in the group, which I'm pretty happy about. This is hilarious. So yeah, this is all, viewers. I hope you enjoyed. I will do my absolute best to upload more consistently, and I hope you enjoyed. So see you later.